Hello and many thanks for joining me, Always, for yet another Somerset Real Ale review. One of my favourite breweries from Bristol. This is Arbor Ales. This is their Goo Goo Maple Imperial Stout. Got the new design of their bottles as well. I haven't done an Arbor review for a long time. Hopefully I'll be able to read what's written on that bottle there. It's quite a lot. Yeah, Beatles reference, Goo Goo. Guessing that somebody is a Beatles fan, or maybe has some other reason for calling it Goo Goo. Don't know. Anyway, got this beer from West Country Ales and Cheddar. It's obviously a Maple Imperial Stout. Blah blah blah. 12% ABV. It's not going to be a session beer. Where's the bottle opener? Let's crack it open and see what it's like. Bit of smoke on the opening, plain black crown if you're interested. Glass. Yeah, just been out for a nice meal, so I wanted something to sort of, just a little bit of a nightcap really. And it is pouring like treacle. Wow. It says, I actually read on here, it says it's got a hoppy sort of kick to it. This beer is probably bottle conditioned. Yeah. Arbors are usually bottle conditioned. I can smell hops now. Wow, this looks like engine oil. It really does look like engine oil. That is seriously jet black. There is no light even coming through the base on that. Little bit of carbonation in there, I think, but very little. No head at all. See what it smells like. Oh! You can smell hops in a stout. It smells of molasses, rich molasses. I can't get over how treacly it looks. If you shake the glass, you can see it sticking to the side of the glass, how thick this beer is. I am getting hops in there though, very mild, albeit there is hops. It's sweet, there's vanilla, licorice, treacle, molasses like I say, slight lemony sort of hoppy touch to this. It smells so complex. It's Christmas pudding, it's figs. I've actually had this beer before at a beer festival, one of the first beer festivals I ever went to. I had this beer and I'd had quite a lot to drink, and I finished off on this 12% beer, and I can't remember it, so I was desperate to try it. So thanks to Fred at West Country for saving me a bottle. Well, I'm just going to dig into this because I think it's so complex. I think I could go on all night just saying flavours I can get out of it. Anyway, cheers everybody. Wow. Just want to take a bit of time to reflect and this is amazing. The hops really, it's very slight. In no way is this a hoppy beer, but they really add to what is already a fantastic stout. It's very liquishy, very rich, very alcohol. You can get a really good alcohol burn. It's like a spirit. It's like treacle in the mouth. Sticks to every part of your mouth. I imagine my teeth are now black. Licorice is the prominent flavour in this beer. It's a very good beer. It's almost one of those beers you feel it's overwhelming your system. You feel it going right down to your stomach. warming your stomach. My tongue is now absolutely destroyed. Tingling, my tongue is tingling. Unbelievable. This is a dessert beer. I think you could almost have a shot of this beer, just a little shot glass. This is going to take me a week to drink this. Well, it's not, but it feels like it will. I can only have a very tiny sip at a time. I wish I hadn't poured the whole bottle out now. I know it's a 12% beer, and that's not incredibly huge. There are other beers about at the moment which are like hugely have a huge ABV, but 12% is still high for a beer, as far as I'm concerned. In comparison to the Timworthy 14% stout that they do, or porter, I think it was the porter that they do, the Imperial Russian porter. I think it's on a par with that. The slight hoppy nose to this beer kind of adds another sort of depth. This is so interesting. I didn't want this review to go on too long, it's going to get boring, but this is such an interesting beer. I think I've given you enough taste notes. It is fantastic. If you can get this beer, Goo Goo from Arbor Ales, I seriously highly recommend it. A scrumptious maple imperial stout with complex dark malt, burnt caramel and black treacle flavours, balanced by a new world hoppy kick. Absolutely. There is German grains, roasted barley, bucket loads of maple syrup into the brew, slow fermentation, several months of conditioning, and they're very store and serve chilled. I haven't got it chilled. I've had it in my sort of beer cupboard, which is cold but not freezing. www.arborales.co.uk. They're on Twitter and Facebook, Arbor Ales on both. Well worth checking that beer out. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I think it's fantastic, and I will look for it everywhere. Not in a session though, because it is just too powerful. I think a third of a pint would be okay in a session, but anything more than that, you're going to be knocked out. I'm going to finish now because I don't want to go on for more than 8 minutes. Hope this review hasn't been too boring. Thanks for watching me. Love to see your comments down there in the comments box. Hopefully you'll join me again soon for a shorter review. Cheers everyone.